Friends and family, I want to apologize about my attitude last week. I was having a bit of a existential crisis, right?
What
but
happened?
today, I was feeling upset. But I got inspired by someone in one of my AA meetings. He says he gets up at 5:30 in the morning, prays, meditates. That's what I did today.
Oh, you
So you
did?
prayed to the Lord?
Well,
And then you
there's a higher
meditated?
power. And then I meditated.
I
You know,
love it, bro.
who am I?
Guess who
Look
also
at
does that?
you.
Me.
It feels good. I
Yeah.
get it. It's the best start to the day. And then to go on top of that, right after that meditation, I went for a jog in my
I saw
Lululemon
you.
shorts.
I saw you doing that.
yeah.
I saw feet
Oh, yeah.
running.
Riley
I
saw you doing that.
But I ran in my shorts because they're so, they're breathable.
I'm wearing mine right now.
Daryl's rocking them.
I always rock them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
you
my
do
they're
wear
my
these
dad
every
shorts,
day.
honestly. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they're so comfortable. And as a dad, I'm really athletic running after these toddlers.
Yeah, you
Yeah, you
are.
are.
That's why I live in my leggings.
You're-
Why
I
can't
mean-
I say leggings?
Leggings.
You can say it.
I only live in leggings. The Wonder Train ones are amazing for working out because they help not make me feel so sweaty. They really figured out the science in that fabric.
Are the Wonder Train ones you wore when you were pregnant?
I wore them during my workouts, but also the Align collection. That that is all up in my drawers. My drawers are just
All up in my
Lululemon
drawers.
leggings,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a bunch of all black leggings.
Well, you can wear them in like so many different circumstances, right? Just
Yeah.
when you're lounging, when you're out shopping, or when you're, in the gym sweating all day,
getting
all
them
night.
gains,
Getting them
baby.
gains.
I'm making
gains.
gains, but I like them because they're
Are
sleek.
you?
They're
They're
sleek.
sleek.
They're sleek and
They're
chic.
sleek and they're fashionable.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the men's out there, your legs look
the
great.
men's.
Your legs
Yeah.
look great. in
Hey,
them.
men's. Hey, and mamas, and just anyone out there.
Yeah,
You're gonna look great in these Lululemon leggings. I'm telling you.
that's
you
true.
feel
All
good.
legs, Lululemons, you're good to go.
You're good to go, and they're
Yeah.
so cozy, comfy.
What are you gonna try next? You think? What's your next workout? Because what you've added. Oh, I've been seeing you rock them. Playing pickleball. Pickleball, you're rocking the
I'm
Lululemon
a pickleball
leggings.
star.
Yeah,
I'll tell
yeah.
you what. And my leggings feel great up there because they help because it's so hot, but they don't make me feel so hot. It's nice.
It captures the sweat.
It captures the sweat. My Wonder Training ones.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm a pickleball star.
Any new workouts you think you're gonna add to the schedule, or is that enough for now?
When I'm really exhausted, like today, I popped on a YouTube video of 45 minutes Pilates. And me and
Nice.
Mama,
Nice.
Mama got down. It was a trick surprise, though. I thought it'd be easier than it was. It was a lot of planking.
Also, I
It's
think we're
core.
gonna get our Stairmaster on.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Little stair action.
I bought a Stairmaster. It's coming.
Nice.
Yeah. Can't wait to work on those.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
So listen, you already know Lululemon.com, and all of their leggings are just amazing. It's a staple in the closet, and hey, we'll see you at the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, period. I'll see you there.
Let's
75
make some
hard.
gains.
Let's make some gains.
Yeah.
Lululemon.com.
Enjoy the episode.
Lululemon.com.
Let's get our guest on.
I've been working on it. Working on it. I've been working on it. Working on.
Friends and family.
Take
I
you.
messed it up. Friends and
Family.
friends and family. Welcome back to another episode of Working on a Pod. We have an amazing guest today. Super exciting stuff. Mae Stevens is in the house.
Hello. Hi.
Excited. Hi.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. Are you
like-
jet lagged?
A little bit. A little bit.
When'd you get here?
When did we get? Tuesday.
That's what I always
2 days
say when I'm
ago.
traveling.
That's
I
how you
can't
know
remember.
someone's jet
Oh.
lagged is when they go,
Yeah, they're
wait,
like,
where am
when?
I?
I woke
When
up-
did we get here?
Woke up at 5
Ugh.
o'clock in the morning yesterday.
5?
Yeah, we woke up, we couldn't sleep, so we ended up going to the pool for 3 hours, just chilling there until 10:30.
Cool.
It was a
Oh.
long day.
I want you to tell me lullabies with your accent. It's beautiful. Wow. Okay, this is the
Really?
first time we're meeting, and we've already had a song out.
I know.
I love it.
Ooh,
I love it so much.
Mr. Right?
Oh my God. Every single time I tell my friend, I'm like, I've done this song with Meghan Trainor. They're like, no, you haven't. No, this is. I'm like,
Look, it's real.
no.
I know. I wish I could have done a cool music video, but God, they're expensive. And I was giving birth.
We're still
but-
trying to plan one.
Oh,
We're still trying
right.
to plan a mini video, but
Oh,
it's so difficult
cute. Yeah, it's hard.
just to include everything.
I know, and we live on
know.
the opposite sides.
I
of the
know.
world.
10-hour flight away.
Quick 10-hour flight.
I feel like you're
Yeah.
living the California dream over here. You had mentioned as you were walking in, you're like in and out, you're shopping, you're like you're
Oh,
living.
Wait, let's talk about it. Your outfit is so sick. If
Thank
you're just
you.
listening to this, she's wearing a mushroom cardigan. That's like a beautiful
Got a
sage
matching
green.
top.
Oh, surprise.
And I could tell right away, but I was like, "Where'd you get it?" And you said,
Hot Topic.
"Hot
I love
Topic
it.
and
Yeah.
Dolls Kill."
And Dolls, yeah, we just been. My shoes are from Dolls Kill, but we've
Oh.
just been, and I love it. We don't have
Love.
anything like it in the UK. You can't
Really?
really buy
Oh, I
Hello
feel like
Kitty
it's so
stuff.
I thought
British.
what about Cyberdog?
No, well, Cyberdog is good, but it's mostly just like rave clothes and really.
Hey guys, I had a life before you
Yeah,
guys,
how do
and
you know?
I went to Cyberdog,
What is
and
Cyberdog?
it's like a
Did
rave
you?
store. It's like a 3-story rave store. Oh yeah, I love Cyberdog.
It's very loud.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
one
so
of Daryl's
loud.
biggest dreams in life is to
Go ahead, tell him my
no,
biggest dream. in
Yeah,
life.
one of his biggest dreams. Like, he like sat me down and was like, "I really want this one day." Is to paint his entire body with neon.
We're gonna get in
paint.
here. Let me
Oh.
here. Let me take it over for you.
And then,
We're
like,
gonna get in
dance in
peak
black
physical
lights.
fitness, and we're gonna go to Burning Man, and we're gonna just run around
Oh, I'm
in
not going, babe.
neon.
Yeah, you might be solo
paint.
on that.
Brilliant.
No, I'll
That's
convince you
his
guys to
dream.
go.
That's the life.
You're not gonna let
Yeah.
me go alone, right?
I think you will
You might have
thrive.
to
Yeah,
go
it might be. I'm
Go
out on
big or
Burning
go
Man.
home.
That's right.
Go big or go home.
May
It
will
was-
meet you there.
All right, man.
I'll
Let's
be
go.
in all pink.
We'll go.
Be fine.
Anyway, yeah, Cyberdog. So yeah, you're right. Hot Topic's nothing like Cyberdog. I'm done.
I love
Are
it.
you
It
just
sounds
thinking
dope.
cute? We don't have anything like it. Like, there's one store in London in Covent Garden that's lovely, and it's like my favorite store is all Hello Kitty stuff. But you can't get it anywhere else. Like, unless you order some stuff off Amazon or you order it from the US, there is no way you can get it.
Amazon
Oh, I love it.
Are those real
so-
tattoos?
They are, yes.
tattoo.
Dude,
I
they're
love the way you
sick.
Tattoos.
I just got
do.
so.
Yo, how
Whoa.
good are those?
Yeah,
I
Oh.
know.
loads.
Because you do
God.
it tastefully. You do
Yeah,
it
those are.
good.
I want those
Yeah,
so
those are cool.
bad, but I can't pull it off. Not cool enough.
I love
They
it.
look sick.
I've got eyeliner on my hand.
What
that's not
what was
tattoo.
the first? How old were you when you got your first tattoo? Is what I was trying to say.
19. I think it was 19. So I didn't.
I thought
didn't
you were
do
gonna
this
say
shit.
Nine.
No, yes.
9, 10,
13 years old. I had the first
19.
piercing.
How old are you now?
20. So it's not. It's only been like a year.
It's fresh.
I feel
You
so
can't
old.
even drink here.
I
Have you just had the
know.
craziest year ever?
I
Because this is all
genuinely-
pretty recent, right?
I get consistent deja vu. Like every time like the first time coming back here, it's so weird. Like my entire life has just been insane this year. I don't even know what day it is or what the time is or what time I woke up this morning. I'm living in this state of just.
I know that thing.
You were
It's
there.
chaos.
Yeah.
How did
were
you do
similar
it?
age.
It was terrifying. It was like, where am I?
is.
What state are we in? And what time is it? And what year is it? And there's a lot of that
It's
because you're just on the
mental.
go. When I saw you roll up with all your suitcases, I was like, oh, they had their work.
They're on the road.
Like, and it's great because when you have success, like you never work harder in your whole life. So then when I would get an All About That Bass song and then all the other songs were like hits and good, but they were never that big, I was like, God, I'm not as busy, huh? You know? And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that hard work was like, that was the peak. That was like,
It's insane.
I was in it.
I remember
That's
when
why I say
first
booked and
heard it.
blessed.
I remember when I first heard All About the Bass. Like the first time I heard
Really?
it was sat in my friend's bedroom. I remember
Were you
going,
12?
she's really don't know how old I was. But I was a kid and I remember like my friend going, she's really cool. And then the moment you started to release new stuff, like yours was the first album I downloaded on like when Apple Music
No
was like my
way.
only thing. I had a poster of you
Shut
in my
up.
room.
No, you didn't.
Um
I'm a
I
poster
literally
girl.
like I had like all of your songs on my playlist. I just remember sitting with my friend and we were both like screaming all about that bass before going to a house party,
No.
drinking as
Party.
kids.
That was your pregame song? All About That Bass?
Hell yeah. Confidence
Wow.
booster.
God.
I feel 10 times better if I listen to it. Like I'm someone who's very confident and I had a lot of not self-confident, I'm lying.
Opposite.
But
Right,
the opposite.
right, right,
There we
right.
go.
I was like, good for
I'm
you.
someone who's not very self-confident, and that was kind of the song that got me through school. Like I
Wow.
got bullied for being a big
Wait,
kid.
I was just talking to someone about the bullying in the UK is a different level.
Oh, it's not great.
Like didn't you say you got pushed down the stairs?
I got
What?
I had my hair cut. I had my hair up in a lesson. There were 2 twins, and I am absolutely going to out these twins.
Oh,
There were. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to say their names, but
No
there were
names.
2 twin girls, and I went to primary school with them. I went to secondary school with them. And for some reason, they had this unnerving hate for me. I didn't do anything to them. Like, I never, ever in any way did anything to offend them. They just didn't take it. They just took a liking to me. And so I had my hair up in one lesson. They cut a section of my hair. My hair was like this long, so putting it up, and you get that awkward section.
Yeah.
They cut my hair. So I had like a section this thick of just hair gone. They kicked me down 3 flights of stairs, put my hip and my ankles out of alignment, which I'm still healing from now. They filled my shoes with water when I was in like gym class, so that I had to wear what they called lost and found shoes, or I had to go home. They did loads. They cut my uniform. They stole stuff from my bag, cornered me in a toilet with a knife. I got cornered by a bunch of girls in a toilet. One of them had a flip knife. That was one of my lovely moments. My brother was working at Five Guys and had to like leave work and speed to come and pick me up. I had to leave school like an hour later than everyone else for like a week so that I didn't get jumped.
Are you okay?
Wow.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I just, yeah, it was
We
an
didn't
interesting
have
time.
that. But I've
Schools are
told from
rough.
someone else that like in the UK, like they don't mess around, like they bully.
No, that's like serious. I mean,
scary
there
level.
is serious
It is.
bullying here, but I feel like it's more cyber.
It's more verbal
Cyber
and
or like emotional.
emotional.
That's
but I don't know how it is because I'm not a kid now. So
I know,
maybe
I
it's
don't know what
fucked.
it is
That
now.
that
Now it's
sounds.
cyber.
I got
That sounds like
bullied, but that's
trauma.
different. Like knives are involved. That's a whole
Honestly.
different ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember sat in my living room with a police officer. My mum worked in the police for several years. She did like a load of different departments, and we were sat there with this police officer. And I just remember sitting there. My friend at the time, he was gay, but he wasn't outwardly gay. And there was this kid that knew he was gay as well. And as we were walking home, I made sure I walked him to his house because I knew how horrible the other kids were. And we had this lad pull a knife on both of us. And we ended up having to like run down this alleyway and pull a police statement out and stuff like this. It's an interesting thing, British schools. Have they ever told you about the rule of like the year 7?
No.
What is this?
Oh, okay. So obviously ours goes up in years. So
Oh,
ours
yeah.
goes
Oh,
like year
yeah,
6, year
yeah,
7.
yeah.
And year 7 is like the start of high school.
Yeah.
Year 7s are absolutely ruthless. Like as I've got older and I've come out of year 7, like when I was in year 7, I was playing with Barbie dolls and I had a backpack that was like twice as big as me. Year 7s now are just brutal. They are so mean. You're like a roadman. Oh my God.
Why?
They're really mean. Like they dress in tracksuits, swear, drink, smoke. Like everyone is
Right.
vaping.
Y'all,
Aren't they like
so
14 years
y'all-
old?
Yeah.
Like
y'all
freshman year
drink
high-
at a young age, right? In the
Yes.
UK?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, where
I mean,
exactly
I
are
mean,
you
we
from?
drank
in
at
the-
like 15.
we started young.
we started
Yeah,
young.
Where,
We were
where
like-
exactly? Where did you grow up?
I grew up around 40 minutes outside of London, so I live in a town called Kattering. I don't know if do you know the British cereal Weetabix?
Excuse me?
One more time. Huh?
Weetabix.
All of that.
Right.
No,
No.
they're like
vibes.
okay. They're like
Weetabix.
I
oat-
loved
you
it
know,
so
like
much,
oat
though.
bricks. They're like bricks of
We don't know what
compressed
that is.
oat that you have with milk and sugar.
It's
Oh.
here. It's like
Oatmeal?
nope,
Oatmeal?
nope,
Are we
nope,
talking
nope.
bricks on the
We're talking
street
like
or
the frosted squares.
Oh.
They're not. They're just like
crispy.
compressed oats, and that you just like put milk and sugar on them, and then they kind of melt apart and turn into porridge.
Sounds like ramen.
Nope.
noodles.
They're a
I don't know.
famous. Well,
I'm
everyone
lost.
in the UK knows what
I would
Weetabix
love
are.
that.
Okay.
Sounds
They are
great.
really good, and we live right next to the factory, so our town is known for Weetabix. Like we
Okay.
have that, and we have
Damn.
Alpro as well, which is milk. I think it's like almond milk.
Mm.
That's what we have. Our town is known for milk, literally cereal, milk and cereal.
Wow.
Great.
And
Yeah.
music sensation Mae Stevens.
Yup.
And something else that I probably can't mention on the podcast.
Why not?
Oh.
Our town is famous for another thing, but
Magic.
it's not great. No,
Oh.
no. Bit
Megan
weird. Well, it's
Trainor.
legal. It's legal here, but it's not legal in the UK.
We can
Oh.
cut it. I kind of
Oh,
want to
cool.
know.
It's famous for very strong weed.
Oh.
We had the biggest
What?
weed. Oh, I didn't know whether I could talk about it. We had the biggest
We
weed
talk about my
farm.
broken vagina, babes.
Brilliant.
We talk about
Sorry,
everything
brilliant.
here.
Okay.
Oh, you're so cute.
People eat weed bricks for
I'm
breakfast.
careful.
Yeah. Put
I'm
milk and
careful of
sugar on it and smoke it
Okay.
for
Oh my
breakfast.
god!
We
The
had-
thing, the violent things I was thinking.
Yeah, I thought of
I was like-
horrendous
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Murder.
We have like one of the biggest weed farms ever recorded in UK
Wow.
history.
But it's not legal there.
No,
No, it's
no,
very
we just
legal.
have a lot of
Dangerous.
it. Like it was an old gala bingo hall, and it basically
Oh,
got
what?
it was all over like
Yeah, what's it called? A bingo.
it's like a big bingo hall.
No.
No.
Do you know
Bingo hall.
bingo.
Bingo
Oh,
hall.
Am I
so
really that
sorry.
hard to
No,
understand?
no.
No,
This,
we're
I'm
singing
having the
pieces.
best time.
Yeah.
I have an
Oh,
accent
that's
from my
good.
town that
It's
might
great.
be.
It's a beautiful
harder.
accent. It just sounded
have,
like
like, 8
garlic
different
bingo hole to me.
I love that you speak up. You're like,
No, I'm speaking up more for Megan because
Thank
Megan's
you.
just gonna
I'll
go,
do.
and I'm like, wait, hold on, we both don't get it.
Okay,
Okay,
a bingo
bingo.
hall.
Bingo
Yeah.
hall, got it. Like
You know,
the game bingo.
Old ladies
like-
and
Yeah.
stampers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we have a bingo hall, and
Uh-huh.
it was filled with like the entire hall was just stacked with weed and hydroponics. It was
Ah.
Cali. I don't know how they cleared out so much. It took them weeks to clear it out. The smell was just like so strong. It'd been running for like 4 years. Like they found it. It'd been closed for 7
Wow.
years, and 4 years later they
wait, they
found
sold
it.
drugs there at the bingo thing?
There
What are you
was-
saying?
They made
It
them.
was a massive
Hydroponics.
dispensary.
It's like indoor
Yeah.
growing. It was a grow
Wow.
house.
It was like honestly, the amount they had in there, it was like perfect growing conditions, all the hydroponics you could imagine. Like it was a proper operation.
Wow.
You can find it on Sky News if you want to.
Wow.
This is
They
where
should
I'm
make a show on it.
from.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's a good town though.
Cool.
I'm
It's a
still
nice
like
town.
rattled from the bullying stories. How do you manage
know.
to? I guess you use Meghan Trainor's music to kind of
Yeah,
hype
yeah.
you
How'd you
up.
make the
My little
pivot?
MP3.
Therapy.
Yeah.
Where
Get
did
you
it?
through
where-
it,
and
Holy
babe.
therapy?
fuck!
I was there with you.
Therapy, honestly.
Ugh,
It
and
was.
You're in therapy, right?
Yes.
Good girl.
Still
Me too.
going.
We all
We love
are.
therapy.
We want Ryan to be in it, but this is his therapy.
It
Ryan
is
did
good.
therapy,
It
Ryan.
is good.
I
Ryan
did a
has
very
other-
specific trauma
I think
therapy.
Everyone should do it.
Had a moment when I was 12. Had to work through that,
Oh.
and then I go to like AA. That seems to be my therapy.
Mm.
Yeah. But we've never been pushed downstairs.
No, I mean I got
Maybe by each other.
physically. I had some pretty fun stuff
weren't you
happen.
put in a barrel?
Well,
and
it's
then
a part
kicked
of
down?
playing American football. There's hazing when you're a
Mm.
freshman,
Yeah.
so it's pretty standard. But I had a similar situation when I moved high schools. This one kid just like for some reason made my life a nightmare
Oh
for
my
no reason. And then like we grew up, my friends were like, "Yeah, we have no idea why he did that." And then he apologized, like, "I'm so sorry."
Who
I
was
was like, "Yeah,
it?
it's okay."
Really?
That kid was my fucking nightmare.
He got stabbed.
He
We're
did.
from a crazy place too.
Where were you
They're
guys
from an island.
We'll bleep out his
Yeah.
name. We're from
We're
Cape
from an
Cod.
island.
We're from Nantucket, Massachusetts, and then Cape Cod, small town known for
Drugs.
clam chowder.
Hey.
Wait, what?
I was gonna say Jaws.
Yeah,
That was
Jaws.
two completely different answers.
No.
Jaws.
Clam chowder.
Beautiful
Really?
Jaws.
place.
Yeah, have you seen Jaws?
Yeah, I love Jaws. It's great.
Because it's not always summer like that movie. So like there's
It's a
winter
season,
and
yeah.
snow and stuff.
Awesome.
But
Known
that's where we're
for
from.
Lighthouses, drugs.
Drugs. There's an opioid problem.
Clam chowder
I don't
and
know.
drugs.
There's a drug problem.
No, and it's also that's where whaling started. We're not. It's kind of
Jesus
tough now.
Christ.
Well, it's how
Killed
America
whales
started.
where we're
We
from.
needed
Oh my
oil. That's just
God.
how it started.
Yeah.
It was the
Gave out
beginning of
oil.
America. Save the whales. But yeah,
Save the
beautiful
whales.
place to grow up. Very small town.
Oh. So we've
Very
got weed
small.
and Weetabix and clam chowder and drugs. Brilliant.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
But
Uh,
music got you through.
Yeah,
It
right.
did. It did. It was therapy. I used to spend like 4 hours a day every day on my piano for like 5 years.
Oh, that's why
It
you're
just
good.
therapy. It
That's
literally
that
like
practice.
the day my dad found out I could songwrite, he was like, we did everything. Like I went through clubs, I did like martial arts, I did arts, I did like theater in an attempt to like compress that I'm absolutely riddled with undiagnosed ADHD. Like
Mm.
we did all of this stuff, and it wasn't until I wrote my first song, I think I wrote it about a mother wolf and her cubs, that my dad went, "We finally found what you're good at." And I don't forget that phrase. Like he went, "We finally found what you're good at."
Oh.
It was great. It was, yeah, and it just became so much therapy for me. Like I remember I'd come home. I got bullied on my birthday actually. I think I was turning 16,
Ugh.
and yeah, I got horrifically bullied. I came home crying. Like I'd had the birthday badge, had everything on, and
Oh
everyone
my
was just so
God.
horrible to me. And I came home. I think I wrote 3 songs that day.
By the way,
Just-
these need to be like your music videos.
I know.
Yeah.
I need to see you with that badge.
Oh
That
my God.
satchel.
Don't. If I can even find a photo of me from when I was school, I had ginger eyebrows, like an old ginger eyebrow
Were
pencil.
you a redhead in there?
No, I just picked the wrong color of eyebrow pencil.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I had like brown hair with ginger eyebrows. Like I've got naturally really curly hair. Like it's
Oh,
ringlet
wow.
curls. And so I had this massive poofy mess of hair, glasses, ginger eyebrows, and a humongous backpack and like strap-on shoes. And that was what I had. And it was just, God, it was awful. I've seen like my mum's Facebook is my worst nightmare.
Oh.
Do you ever have that? Do you not check
I
your
feel like
parents' Facebook?
Megan goes through that when old pics pop up from high school. You get a little,
Yeah, well, I didn't know how to do makeup, so I did like nothing, and then I did like really dark, kind of like your eyeliner.
Beautiful.
Yours is good. Yours is
Oh,
cool.
thank
I
you.
just went on the inside.
hers wasn't as cool.
And then
It was like
nowhere
2000s
else.
eyeliner, like
Yeah.
coal on the bottom.
Yeah.
I love that.
And my parents love me so much, and they were like, "It doesn't look good," and
So-
I was like, "What do you mean? Everyone's doing this."
We've got a phrase in my household that my mum always tried to reiterate to me. I was like, no, it's not that at all. I look fine, and now I absolutely trust this. It's no mothers, no mates, no mirrors. If you see a girl on the street
Mothers,
who's
no
maybe
mates.
wearing some see-through leggings, or she hasn't checked her fit, or she's maybe got a stain or something, we always say no mothers, no mates, no mirrors. No mothers to
Oh,
tell
you
her
don't
she
have a
needs to.
mother. Yeah.
She needs to do no mates, because usually mates would go, oh my God, you've got something on you've got a mustard stain on your shirt.
Yeah.
Or no mirrors, you don't check. And that's like our phrasing. And we always say, if something looks wrong, I'll go to my mum, no mothers, no mates, no mirrors. And she'll say,
Yeah.
She's always said that to me. I had some
Oh.
That's
horrific
nice.
outfits as a child. Oh my God,
No
the day my
mothers, no
mum let
mates,
me
no
dress myself. Oh my God, the day you let your kids dress themselves for the first time,
Yeah.
I'm dreading that day. Ugh.
I'm trying with little Riley. He's 2.5.
Yeah.
We're trying to like walk him to the closet and be like, all right, pick an outfit. And then I'll pull up outfits and he goes, no, everything I pick. I'm like, all right, well, then mama's going to pick. But yeah.
He
still
just
trying to get
always
him
wants to
do
wear
it.
the same thing, which is
Yeah.
his Cars outfit from the movie
Oh
Cars.
my God.
So he'll go, no, and I pick out the Cars outfit, and he's like,
Yes.
That was me with the Hannah Montana pajamas.
ooh.
Like,
Love
yeah.
Hannah Montana.
Camp Rock and Hannah Montana were like my
Camp Rock. I
two-
couldn't get into Camp Rock.
Really?
I was too
It's a
like,
bit cringe, isn't it?
I was too old. I saw the cringe, you know? I was too
Yeah.
old for that. But
She's
Hannah,
so
I was like,
good.
I love Hannah Montana, you know?
I used to be obsessed. I remember, like, I just wanted to be Hannah Montana.
Yeah,
If
same.
the weave, give me the wig.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all I
yeah.
need. Oh my
Best of
God.
both worlds.
Oh my God.
So
Wait,
good.
okay, so, and you're talking about these stories like they were a million years ago, but you turned 16 like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wait,
So then how
she's
did you-
20.
No.
How-
No, she's 20 beds. Close your mouth.
Sorry, I thought you were still 19 getting tattoos.
I wish.
So then how did it all happen? That's what I want to know.
How did you get here?
How did it all
How did it all happen?
You're 16-year-old.
How'd you go from the sash to now?
Yes, that's a great question.
Okay.
This episode of Working On It is brought to you by McDonald's. Most people don't know that 1 in 8 people in the U.S. have worked at McDonald's.
Well, that's a ton of people. That means you probably know one or two or even several people in your life who have actually been a part of creating that iconic McDonald's experience.
Oh, it's classic. Even going back to when we were kids. 1 in 8 people in the U.S. have helped bring us all of it. From the birthday parties to the Happy Meals to those perfectly crispy French fries.
And there are a lot of cool things McDonald's does as an employer that people might not even know about. First off, McDonald's offers flexible hours, a schedule that actually works around your life.
They also offer career online high school, helping their employees graduate from high school by taking classes online. Plus, their Archways to Opportunity program offers financial support for employees trying to graduate college, which is very cool.
McDonald's also offers success coaches who are available to help employees identify their education needs, review their career goals, and develop a plan for the future. 12.5% of the U.S. population has worked at McDonald's and has taken advantage of these incredible career advancement opportunities McDonald's provides.
McDonald's is now serving much more than orders.
I spent 8 years with my dad working on music. Like, he booked me into I did like singing competitions. He booked me into like open mic nights, pub gigs.
Shut up. This is the same as mine. Okay.
Yeah,
go.
this
Yeah,
is a
like,
repeat of Meghan
I
Trainor.
did all the gigs when no one would listen, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Loud
it was,
restaurants.
we got an Instagram profile running. My dad forced me to stand in front of a camera and sing, of which I'm not. I don't like cameras. I'm terrible for it. I'm fine now, but as a kid, it was like, no, you can't take a photo of me. And yeah, I did
Yep.
all the gigs, did the worst gig of my life. And that was kind of what solidified me stopping doing pub gigs. Moved on to TikTok, did that for a while. I didn't get any traction. It was really hard. We tried every form of content. We did I think we must have spent like 2 days recording like bulk content to try and gain virality. And then I got to the beginning of this year, so like late December, I was like, I'm gonna post one more video on New Year's Eve, and if it doesn't work, I've given it my best go. You know, it's all done. I'll go get a job. I'll find a way to pay my phone bill. Maybe move into a flat with my boyfriend. Like all of this stuff. And then I posted the video on New Year's Eve of the sound, and it went absolutely catastrophic overnight. I went for my New Year's Eve. I got horrifically drunk, like next level pissed. And I got next level pissed, and I woke up the next morning with a headache like a drum. And I just remember seeing my phone. It was just like notification after notification. Like I was sat there. And it just blew up. It's like 7 million overnight. And me and my boyfriend I was sat there in shock. I had a panic attack. So
good
much
one?
exposure. It was because it was so much exposure so quick.
Yeah.
I'm very socially anxious. And so
Yeah.
seeing
I feel
7
you.
million people and like 900 comments, I was like, oh my God, this is my worst
Yeah.
nightmare.
That's what
Like-
every interview was like, dude. All About That Bass has 20 million views.
My
What do you
God.
feel? I was like, I feel terrified.
It's like, it's just like how many people have now seen my
Yeah,
face.
I was like, me
and
in a
seen-
dress dancing.
Oh my God, there's some horrific videos on there. I actually had to get my label. Do you remember when TikTok was Musical.ly?
Yeah.
I had to get my label to go and find my old Musical.ly account from when I was 14.
And
'cause there was
delete it.
videos on there I did not. They had. I said to them, obliterate it. I don't care what's on there.
They talked to me.
Demolish.
They're like, do you have anything out there? And I was like, no, but like, there's a Vine video of me
Oh.
drinking a bag of wine.
I've seen that.
No! Slapping the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate my life. That was like a
Oh,
classic.
it's not.
I haven't seen it.
It's quite
Oh,
funny.
we were just.
That's what you do in Cape Cod. You slap the bag. You
Yeah.
slap the bag of wine. And I was
That's
like,
what
I
you-
hope
that's
this
what happens
never
when your
sees light of day.
Brother's
Life
a
of the party.
wannabe
I
frat
know. I
bro.
was like, did you post that or did I post
Pretty
that?
sure I did, for
Yeah, you
sure.
fuck.
I would put the dumbest shit on there.
That was like my worst video, and I was like,
was
oh,
class.
How did you
Class
see
act.
that? Wow, you're a true fan.
I'll believe. I did not even remotely admit to anyone how much of a mega fan I was of you, and I didn't tell you on the call. I was having a panic attack before I was going to call you.
I was like, what are you doing?
My
silly
friend had to hold the
goose?
phone at some point. I was like, I can't do this. This is like,
Stop it.
yeah, I was, fangirling very hard. Your house is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, I put the video up, got very drunk, woke up the next morning with 7 million. And then it was like 2 weeks and I was signed and I had a record deal. And we did like 3 days in London of just label interviews. And
Yeah,
it
I
was
was
the
like,
most.
how did you? Because I had All About That Bass already out there blowing up, and I had to find management, and that
Oh
was
my
spooky.
God.
Yeah, so
I
like,
found her on a podcast
yeah, wow,
randomly.
good job.
Awesome.
But yeah, the label meetings, like, how did you know who to pick? And
I really struggled. I mean, first off, it was kind of like, it was like 3 days of 7 interviews a day, and it was just the same questions. It was like, where are you from? What do you do? How did it happen? And it was actually a really good lesson. For
Literally
me.
what we asked.
Yeah, what I just
Yeah.
did.
No. But
Go
it
ahead,
taught
tell me
me.
how this happened.
It taught me to find a way to tell the story without stuttering or getting really nervous. And so
yeah,
I
you don't seem
actually.
nervous.
You're crushing this, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
Very well
crippling,
spoken.
I feel like crippling inside.
Yeah. You put on a great show here.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
actually internally sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it just, the label interviews, they were long, but I think the moment I walked into EMI in Universal, like that, I walked in, I sat down, it was the first meeting I walked out of. I was so refreshed. I was like, this is my people. And for me, like my biggest thing is the people I work with have to be my family.
Yeah.
Like they have to be people I can trust, people I can talk to. That's like my manager. I genuinely consider her like a second mother.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong in my life, I will go straight to her. Same with the label. And so I just fell so in love with them. And we started working together. And then it was a case of getting the song out before people started to grab pitchforks and set riots off, because I was getting comments every day like, do you know the phrase you're gonna like unholy us?
What?
You ever heard that?
Unholy us?
You know when Sam
Yeah.
Smith released Unholy and it was like a massive period of
Oh.
time and people got really mad. People started commenting and it became like a hashtag, don't hashtag unholy us. And yeah, so getting the song out as quick as possible, getting
so
a music
mean.
video. It was really stressful. Like I remember we were on a time crunch trying to get If We Ever Broke Up out, trying to get final masters, something going wrong, something else going wrong. music video rolled around. It was a long
Oh,
day.
I see.
I
Because
liked
they
the
didn't want it
music
to be
video.
on TikTok too long without being
No.
fully released.
Yeah,
so I
people
didn't
started to go
realize. I didn't know
nuts.
that was a thing
I
with
know, I was like,
Unholy.
what
So
do you
it was just
mean?
on TikTok for way too long.
I put it up in January.
Was
it wasn't
Unholy
until
on only TikTok for so long?
it was because he released. I think it was like three
didn't even
or
realize
4
that.
months before
Oh,
he.
Wow.
I swear.
So
because
they
I
were
remember
like,
the
please
first
just
cut.
give us the fucking
Oh
song.
wow. That's
Yeah,
a good
I
But
was
they
thing.
don't.
getting
But no one knows the
messages.
process of like what it takes to master
My
a song.
God, it was so stressful. Like it was just. It was so much fun because I was like, oh my God, I'm releasing a song and everyone loves it. This is going to be great. But it was just like the time crunch of that and trying to get it out, also trying to appease the fans and say it's coming out. And this time we've actually got a release date. Yeah, it was good. And then, it went out, did the Brits, had a couple of events. Festival season was phenomenal. And now I'm sat here in Meghan Trainor's house doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Don't know how that happened.
Isn't it like, I mean, I always thought like, oh, dreams can come true, but I never dreamed that any of this could be a possibility. Like I didn't dream of this life because I was like, no shot,
Same.
Do you have that?
I got told my entire life I was chasing the impossible dream. I was never going to be
Yeah.
a star, all this stuff. And I was sitting here like, it's so strange. My thing is I want to bring as many other people up with me. Like my friend who wants to be an artist or a singer. My boyfriend is a phenomenal songwriter. I want
Yeah,
to
you
get him
told
in the
me
game.
that.
And it's like I'm trying to bring up as many people because this is like I've never met anyone who's had this chance and I'm very lucky to. And so why can't I give that to everyone else? That's how I see it.
That's what I do with my family.
Exactly.
Megan
I
hooks it up.
can't wait.
I was like, let's do a podcast. And he's like, you know what my manager said? Tommy Bruce said? He
What?
said, you should let it be Ryan and Daryl's podcast.
Aw.
He said-
Wait, what did he say?
Yeah.
It'd just be
He
Ryan and
said that
Daryl's podcast.
yes,
It's just
soon.
Ryan and
This
Daryl's
is just a
thing.
fun thing, right? And I was like, they'll never not let me be here.
Oh my
I'm
God.
telling you, you're about to. It's gonna get crazy
You're
again.
killing
But
it.
I by senior in high school, I was a senior. She was a junior. I was like, this is it. Megan's
Yeah.
gonna be a superstar. I was like, yeah, this is. I'm
he
good.
said that too. And
Your
I was
relationship.
like, you're joking.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember playing beer pong, and I was like,
we were at high
so
school
it was last cup.
parties.
We were just like manifesting, even though that's not what we called it. We were just like, I don't know what we were doing.
Drunk?
I was like, I make this. Megan's gonna be a superstar. I'm gonna live with her forever. I made that cup, and
Dude.
here I am, still 30 years old,
There's
living in a
also-
house.
Oh
I
my
would have
God.
like really fun pop song demos when I was younger and we were in high school.
Yeah.
And at our
Love it.
parties, like Ryan would be like, let's play this one and see what the crowd thinks.
Oh my
Like,
God.
And we would play my music and people would be like, wow, this is so good.
Who
I
is
love that.
Yeah.
See, my boyfriend had the same kind of thing. So you kind of like, yeah, this is gonna happen. My boyfriend, he has 2 younger sisters and they are both extremely talented. Like one is a incredible makeup artist and an incredible footballer. The other one is a phenomenal artist. Like she's lovely.
Like
She's like
soccer?
15 and 18, I think they are.
When
And
you
they're-
say football, do you mean soccer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
thanks.
Yes.
I was picturing
American
like
translation.
I played football. I played like the football.
We
But-
played American football. Yes, you did.
Yes, we did.
Their mum always said 2 would become successful and 1 would marry rich. And they said Adam would marry rich. And so now he's when I blew up, they were like, the prophecy is becoming true. You are going to marry rich. You will marry her.
Look, I want
I
that
love him,
prophecy.
but-
Give me that
That's
prophecy.
also crazy to me too that you're like popping off these songs that are like if we ever broke up I'd never be sad and it's like you're in a nice relationship.
I love him. Honestly, he's
Yeah, I love him.
mental.
He's great.
He's nuts.
I
Like,
had a boyfriend at the time when I did All About That Bass who didn't even download the song and I
oh
was like
God, get rid.
I was like, hey, why didn't you like it's like $1, why didn't you get it? And he was like, babe, you know I don't like pop music. And I was like, what do you
Out you go.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you're single.
To the
you
left
know,
you
so
go.
To the left you go.
Actually, that's one thing I want to ask you. We did like a little thing where it was like, what's your worst date? What's the worst date you've ever had? I kind of said mine was at an ice skating rink where he took me ice skating. What he didn't tell me was he was a bloody pro. Like he was like a figure skater. And so me, who was like a dough on ice with a little like those penguin things that they give to 5-year-olds, going around like trying not to fall over and make a dick of myself. And he was just skating around doing loop-the-loops and arabesque and all of this stuff. And I remember I was really struggling that the rink was full as it is, and then all of his friends turn up, all of his like skating friends,
Oh,
and they all
no.
come on. They're running circles around me.
They're synchronized.
Oh my God. I ended up falling over and I was just like, I'm just going to go home. I ended up getting an 1.5-hour bus home and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Ugh.
I'm not doing ice skating again. But what was
No, don't need to.
worst date?
I've had 2 bad dates that I can remember. My first one, I was in high school and the kid burped Doritos in my mouth. And I was like, oof, you ate Doritos. Why would you burp in my mouth? Like he felt that one coming. It was a belch. So that was nasty. And then our 6-month anniversary of dating.
Man, I was like,
date,
oh man, am I gonna be in this?
that was the worst date. That was the worst date because you knew I hated Indian food, and you brought me.
I thought we were gonna be adventurous.
You brought me to.
And also, our 6-month date is on New Year's Day, and over here, there's like nothing to do on New Year's
Nothing to
Day.
do.
No, same
So
at
all
home.
So-
everyone we see online is like celebrating at parties, having a blast, and we were just like,
Megan's a big comparer, and so I should have just taken her phone away from her so she couldn't compare.
he took
Her
me. I
day
said, no, I don't like Indian food.
on Instagram.
Takes me to this Indian restaurant. It's like hospital lighting. It was awful.
God.
I didn't get
It's
it.
the best.
He
It's
was
the
like,
best
I
Indian
love
food.
this food. Then we ordered the food. I hated it. I literally sat
I
there
can't do
and was
Indian.
just crying quietly, and he was like,
You know what it was though,
Well-
honestly, is that I made such a big deal about months 1 through 5
Right.
yeah.
that by
we were
6
like,
I was gassed. I was like, I did it right.
yeah,
No.
every
I think
month
the
was a
moment-
celebration, and I was like, this is a lot for
Aw.
the 6th. Yeah, but then he figured it out, and it was great.
Yeah.
7 years later.
That was us at like
Yeah.
1 year. 1 year, I was like, my longest relationship before Adam was like 4 months. I was not a
Yeah.
commitment person. I could not do it. I was like, I cannot bear the thought of being with someone for the rest of my life. That's one person. I don't like it. And then I was like, when I met Adam, I actually thought he was gay. Like he's very flamboyant. He's
Sorry.
very like he's very musical. He's very out there. And so when I met him, I was like, you're gay, right? I didn't ask him. And then we ended up going on this walk. And I just remember thinking, he's very flamboyant, but he could be straight. And then he clarified it. And I was just like, okay, all right, okay. The day he asked me to be his girlfriend, I remember running away from him for about 30 minutes. Like he was trying to stop in these like really romantic fields on this walk. And I was like, no, not doing this. Got to the point, he trapped me. And I was like, this relationship is either going to last like 3 months or 3 weeks. You know, I'm not this kind of person that's going to settle down. I don't want a boyfriend. I've just had my heart broken in Disneyland. Like I'm done. And then, 3 years later, here we are. And now we have 2 cats together, a house, and he makes really good food. Ugh.
Yay!
This is how it goes. And I'm planning the wedding already. I really want a proposal. I just want to get married.
Oh,
It's
the
yes,
best.
you
It's the best. You're gonna
do.
love
It's
it.
the best.
I honestly just want to have a kid. I just want a little
Oh,
girl.
you are me, and I am you.
It's
and
Oh
we're
my
the
wild.
god, this is
same.
weird. I feel like I'm meeting like an older version of myself.
It's me too. I'm like this. That was me. But,
Apart from
but
you're
you're way
blonde.
cooler. Yeah, you have like
No.
nose rings. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. And the cool
No.
tattoos.
But I used
Yeah.
to at 22, I would walk by diapers and cry with him. I was like, I should be buying those. We should be going home with them and then putting them on our baby. Like weird. I asked my therapist at
Oh.
the time, and I was like, what's wrong with me? And she was like, you're just already mothering them. Like you already love them and you already miss them. And I was like, I do. I
Oh my
miss
God.
them. And I was right, bitch. I miss them. They're awesome. They're so
Oh
cute.
my god, I just want to be a parent. Like I've always said this. I want a little girl of my own, and I just know that
Me
she's going to be
too.
nuts.
I
If she's
want a
my
little
kid,
girl.
she's going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be great.
I have to keep going because I have 2 boys.
You
I
want a
want
girl?
Yeah.
Honestly, my parents did not want a girl at all. Like they were so set on having another boy, and then I came out, and she was like, "Oh my god, pretty dresses!
Yeah.
I can dress my kid in whatever I want, and just put me in like genuine."
I mean,
just
now
dresses.
Riley just wears costumes because I've been trying to find some for Halloween. But I bought too many. I got like 7 different ones. So each day he's a new character.
What's the
and
cutest
it's
one?
So cute. I can't tell. I'll show you pictures. He's been the Monsters Inc. Boo, you know, the little.
Oh my god!
And then he's been Mike Wazowski and Sully and Spider Man. And I have a Batman costume we gotta put on.
Oh my god!
He loves it though. He's like Fido Man because he can't say S.
He is quite possibly the cutest child I've ever seen in
I
my
can't
entire life.
wait for
All
you
of
to
my
meet
friends
him.
were like, "Oh my god, I just can't. He's so cute." Like me and
Yeah.
my friends, we always talk. Like when I showed her that little video and he went, "Hi, May," I was just like, "Oh, I want a child."
He's a heartbreaker.
He's
really
adorable.
cute.
He's so cute. This is the reason why I want a kid.
But yeah, you're gonna have kids. You're gonna have beautiful kids.
Fingers crossed.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gonna be nuts. Both me and Adam are like undiagnosed ADHD. They are going to be insane. We already parent. Like we have 2 cats together, and I spoil them rotten. Like
Yeah.
they are my babies. They have a castle of their own. Like
Yeah.
my cat tree is probably like takes up the majority of my living room. It's it's
We
fine.
used to have a dog castle. Remember that?
A dog castle.
Yeah. Remember in the
Oh,
living
with
room of
the
the old
ramp
house
and
with the
everything?
ramp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god.
didn't last long.
Really?
Biggie liked to be in there and never came out. I was like, come out.
The palace.
Yeah, it was a palace.
I
It was
I love
great.
them. They're like my kids. They are my first round kids. Like
How many cats?
I've got 2. I've got a mother and a son actually. I've got
Wow.
she's 3 years old. Her name's Opal, and I've got
Opal.
I've got a 6-month-old kitten. He's a little boy named Rocket. He is very sweet. I'll see if I can find a picture after this to show you. They are
That's so
adorable.
Nice.
I miss them every time I go away for a day. I'm just like, I want to go home. Don't worry about Adam. I just want to go see my cats. Oh. But yeah, I love them. I feel like I'm mothering them too much already. They're about to start going outside on their own, and I'm not ready.
Oh wow.
It's like-
Outdoor cats.
Do they have to?
Yeah,
They have to
I
go
mean, we're on a
outside?
main road. My Adam doesn't want to keep them in the house because he's like, the cats have to be free and roam wild. And Rocket, to be honest, he's part Bengal. He's a bit of a little.
Oh,
But-
okay.
Oh
Oh.
wow.
Yes, oh my God. I don't even want to count how many charging cables I've lost in the past 2 months.
My aunt wanted one of those, and I was like, "That's a mistake.
I'm
It's
having-
gonna be a lot of work."
He's not like a nightmare, but he loves, like, there's 3 things he loves in this world. Number 1, toes. Don't know why. Every
Oh.
morning I wake up and I just feel these claws on my feet. That's number 1. Number 2, charging cables. Loves them, chews them. I am ordering cables on Amazon every 3 days.
Oh
okay.
no.
And then we have my favorite, which is boxes. Every time I order something, doesn't matter if it's a bag, it could be a bag, it could be a shopping
Oh.
bag, it can be a box. He has to get in it, and he has to get in every single box he can find, and he has to sit in there for a specific amount of time
That's like
before he
Biggie.
will get out.
I have a dog that's a cat.
Yeah, Biggie's a cat.
I feel like
loves
my
a
cat is a
bag.
dog
Yeah.
in a past life. Definitely,
Yeah.
he's too dirty. Honestly, he goes outside, comes back in, and he's eating like Adam said. His main diet at the minute is just flies and spiders, and I have to brush his teeth. Yay! It's great. Love it.
Great.
But honestly,
What are you working on right now?
right now, we're trying to kind of configure the next single. It's actually really difficult. I don't know what
To
to
pick
do.
a song?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of writing at the minute. I've got a couple of writing sessions coming up. I'm hoping I can get something that's even remotely as good as Mr. Right. but
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
going to
try.
Vegas
I am. Yeah, I'm
for a
going to
writing session.
Yes, I'm terrified.
For you.
No, I don't. It's not for me. I'm just kind of
Oh.
going. But Vegas
That's
is
smart though.
absolutely
That's what
terrifying.
one thing that I wish I did more.
Vegas is
was
terrifying?
Oh my
write for
God,
other
yeah. I
people.
don't want. I'm scared.
Why?
It's
Have you ever
fine.
been?
Have you been?
No, I've never.
Oh.
This is like my second time in America.
You can't even do anything. You're fine.
Yeah.
I know. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to do things outside and try.
Yeah,
Like we can
outside.
order a bottle of champagne to the room. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just avoid. I mean, it's great people watching, but it's
How many
yeah,
Elvis Presleys
It's
am I gonna
stinky.
see?
There's a lot of.
too many.
Yay! I'm
I
trying to
don't
be.
think I've seen any in Vegas.
Well, you
where
don't-
I
you don't
go.
really-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Do
inside
Vegas.
the hotel room.
Yeah,
We're going to explore or attempt to. Claudia's obsessed about the fact that we're gonna get a tattoo. Apparently, I know.
What's
Ace of
it gonna be?
Spades. Ace of Spades.
Nice.
It's my lucky card, but it's also like a card for Vegas and casino. And then she wants to get a palm tree for LA, and I'm kind of like, but my aesthetic isn't palm trees. That's the only problem.
You could probably make like a cool looking palm tree, something
could-
a little different.
Hello Kitty palm tree, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that could
Yeah,
work. So
yeah.
I have to
Spice
think
it
about
up.
We're
it.
way too scared to ink something forever on us.
Really?
Yeah, just not cool enough.
We're
just
not cool enough.
Everything on my arms is something I loved as a kid. Like I like to use these as like a way to remember the things I love and my deep roots. Like my favorite TV show ever is Adventure Time. These are my favorite
That's awesome.
characters. I've got like a lava lamp. I had a memory of that when I was
I
a
love
kid.
lava lamps.
Yeah, I got
I
the
would-
heart
all right.
one.
If I'm gonna do the same thing, I would have to get a lava lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for my like I daydream a lot. So there's that one. Kirby with a knife, just because
Cool.
Kirby is murderous. You know,
Yep.
all the things that tie my life together. Kirby
Yours
with a
are
knife.
my favorite tattoos I've seen on a person, and I'm
Yeah,
not
same.
just saying that 'cause
Really?
you're in front of me. Yeah.
I think they're a bit. Some people find them really weird. Like,
No.
because I feel that the
Yours like
patchwork-
look like art.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
They're all done by the same
Cute art,
artist.
Like, yeah, that's what it looks like
Yeah.
too.
She started out as an apprentice, and I kind of started working with her when she was in this really backstreet, dodgy tattoo place. And as she's grown as an artist, I've stayed with her completely. I've never had another artist tattoo me, and now she's like a fully qualified artist. She's incredible. She's ever so sweet. She's like me. She's proper like Hello Kitty lover, hair clips, really cute, you know. And yet she inflicts pain for a living. I think
Yeah.
it's really great. She's
Did
lovely.
the hand twinkle stars hurt? That's my
Uh,
favorite part.
Well, this is one of the most painful places to get tattooed, especially the fingers. Like she did that one dot, and I genuinely thought she was hitting my bone. My
Oh.
worst,
What?
my most
No.
painful tattoo is I've got a Care Bear tattoo on my calf, and that took 2 hours longer than it should have because I was just in pain the entire time. I've never been in so much pain for that one. I was like sweating in this place by
See,
this
if they
really
figure
sweet
out
Hello
how
Kitty
to do 'em
girl.
where it doesn't hurt too, then I'd be more interested. I'm
This-
such a
Yeah, laser
bitch with
beam.
pain.
Not painful, not painful. Not painful.
The
Not painful.
sleeves.
Legs aren't bad. Yeah, this is the easiest place to get tattooed. I could sit there for hours. Same with thighs. Thighs aren't too bad. Under my knee wasn't too bad.
You have one
Do
on
you have
your
a
thigh?
do you have a count?
I
like
do. I
how
have
many
2
you
matching
have?
hearts. I do. I have 28 tattoos so far.
Nice.
So now I when I signed to the label, I had 2, and now I have 28. Yeah, this is the problem. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
I've
Take
already,
Good.
but I've got 2 more appointments when I get home.
No
Vegas.
way.
Don't
I
forget
love it.
Vegas.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm worried if I get a tattoo in Vegas. It's the equivalent of getting a tattoo in Vegas is the equivalent of getting a tattoo in Skegness. Right. Skegness is like a really, it's not dodgy. Yeah, it is. Like a caravan park, and it's like loads of like British arcades. It's a seaside town, but it's really dodgy if you get a tattoo there. Like just
Nah,
beware.
you'll find it nice. I'm sure there's dope
you
artists
reckon?
there. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't give me ideas.
I
I'm
don't
terrible. I'm
know.
impulsive.
I think there's some cool people there for sure.
Oh no.
I don't know that
This is
world,
in-
dude.
Yeah, it's not-
influential.
Yeah, it's not that dodgy.
Okay.
You'll find
We
it.
always said like if we did anything, it'd be based on our butt, but now I would hate that. I would hate if we did that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever seen
Butt
like a
cheek
really
face.
terrible tattoo?
Yeah,
all the time?
all the
Go
time.
on. Really?
Yeah.
My dad
I-
has a Grim Reaper tattoo on his
That's-
thing that he got done when he was 16.
That's cool.
It's actually, I actually love it. He doesn't like it, but I actually think it's really cool.
I've just
just a
seen
bit
people
faded.
ruin like they'll do their whole back, and I'm like, you're gonna change shape someday, and that's not gonna look like that
This is-
anymore.
I'm gonna give you the best example of this. Here's my Hello Kitty. Isn't she stunning? When I do
Mhm.
this, she's Fat Kitty.
Yeah,
The
dude.
day I got that, and
It's
it
a fun
healed,
little trick, though. I like it.
I was so
Yeah.
excited. I was like, look at my tattoo. And then I went like that and went, oh, that's really depressing, isn't it? Oh no, she put on
Skin
weight.
changes, you know.
In and out got to her. That's the problem.
In
Oh
and
my
out.
God.
I've rinsed that. That was so bad. I ate that like every day the last time I was
It's
here.
so good.
It is good, but the problem is I came to LA with decent teeth. I left LA with like bright yellow teeth.
Really? Would you have coffee?
No, just ate food. Like
Soda.
everything is no, I don't drink fizzy drinks.
Oh yeah.
But my thing is like I think we had produce and stuff. It went out with like 2 days. We brought some stuff. Like we tried to buy decent stuff, but I left LA and I'm still like I'm in a whitening process now. But I had like corn yellow teeth. This was like 3-4 months
Whoa,
ago.
what's in the food?
Poison?
I don't know.
What's in the food,
Doesn't
man?
sound good.
I know
We
food
have straight up
regulations are
poison.
different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That your cheese is very weird. Don't like it at all.
Really?
Oh,
No, British cheese.
There's drugs in there. I love it. I love
MS
cheese.
MSG and
MSG,
everything.
Yeah.
No, UK cheese. Red Leicester, in fact. If you go to the UK, please just
It's
Red
try
probably
a
like the
bottle of Red
purest
Leicester.
cheese, like
Yeah.
real farmland cheese.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like everything. I'm so happy. The only thing I'm very jealous of is your Starbucks cups don't break with one touch. That's great.
Really? You have
Very
dainty
jealous of that.
cups.
Yeah, you plastic regulations. Even the plastic bags here. You buy a bag at home, it rips if you have a carton in there. You buy one here, it's like you could swing it and it just won't break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
brilliant.
Just use
We're
up.
I'm just
terrible
using
for
up the earth.
environment.
Honestly, the airport is just going to open up my case and it's just going to be all the plastic bags. Just taking them home with me, just for shopping purposes. You know, it's fine.
For your cat.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I should take my cat
Daryl.
with me next time.
Yeah.
Just put cat in the bag.
Why
The cat is out the
Cat,
bag.
cat in the bag. Yeah.
Oh god.
Um, Can I ask you quick about your songwriting process? Because you mentioned you wrote
Yes.
like 3 that one day. How do,
Okay.
how
Oh, I
do
also
you do
like
that
how
so
you told
quickly?
me- fun fact. Is this real? You told me like, oh, I used to only write ballads, and then one day I was like, I'm gonna do like disco pop.
Ooh, that's
Yes,
interesting too.
Exactly. It was. I was so set on writing ballads. My entire life I've written ballads. Like I found a love for I kind of explain this. I started writing music because my friends went through some really terrible relationships. I went through some very abusive ones. And every time I tried to tell someone, they'd go, oh, you're just a kid. You'll understand when you're older. Like, boys only hate you because they like you. And, it's just all a learning curve and
Jesus Christ.
inexperience. And so writing became like a way for me to show people, well, actually, I may be like 12, 13, but I can make you cry. I can tell you about all of this. And I can talk about these things. So you don't know what happens behind a closed door. Like my friend, she got beaten black and blue and she was 14 years old. And I started writing about it and I started performing it to people because I wanted to make it aware that I could be half your age and going through the same process that you are. And then I found a passion for ballads. I tried to combat like every aspect of heartbreak to make songs that kind of fit to everyone. I studied ballads. Like I remember I listened to every ballad playlist I could find. New Music Friday, I was on that like every day. And I just fell in love with it. I would sit there for hours writing songs and then playing them to my parents when I lived at my parents. Like that was the routine. I'd write a song, my parents would listen to it. And
Yeah.
my dad has this thing where if a song is good, he has this like shit-eating grin. Like it's really it's
Shit
like
eating.
Yeah,
like
shit-eating
Cheshire,
Grinch.
like
Yeah,
the
the
Cheshire
classical.
cat.
Yeah.
You know, like the cat from the Cheshire cat from
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland.
You've
Like
heard
that.
Yeah.
You've never heard
Shit-
shit-eating Grinch?
Shit-eating grin.
No.
It's a classic,
It's-
dude.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really sweet. And yeah, that was what happened when I played Him If We Ever Broke Up. It was the first like song I did where I was like, actually, no, I'm gonna write this because I'm enjoying it. And then I wrote it about a very horrible ex-boyfriend I had when I was 16. He is awful. And now he's getting the karma he deserves.
right.
And yeah, I wrote it, and then it was like when it was released, it was just like a guessing game of who is it? Who's the boy? Is it him? Is it him?
Mm.
It's still going. Nobody knows who it is, but I do, and he does. He knows the songs about him.
Really?
There's like Easter eggs in there in the song
Wow.
that he knows are tailored to him, but nobody knows what the Easter eggs are unless my friends know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I loved writing. It was such a therapy. Even now, like I have a really bad day, I go home, I write. I know for a fact, like if I'm on a trip and I haven't written in a while, I'll go home and I know I'll sit on my piano for like probably about 4 hours. It's like an heirloom piano. It's like 100 years old, family heirloom, passed down through
Wow.
generations. One touch and it breaks.
Mm.
But yeah, that's like I've written every song on that. I think I wrote 44 songs in lockdown. Like I remember sat there every day because there was nothing else to do other
Yeah.
than sit on Zoom and I don't know, make frothy iced coffee. There was not much to do. What was it? Tiger King. Watch
Yeah.
Tiger King.
Yeah.
I miss it.
I miss
First-
it so
I
much.
miss it.
If I could experience that for the
First
first time
gen
one more
lockdown.
I
time.
know. I wish I could select all, delete, and redo
Yeah.
it.
Did you
it's so
enjoy
good.
lockdown?
Oh no,
No,
Tiger
Tiger
King.
King.
Tiger. I was gonna
Yeah.
say because that was it was like frothy iced coffee, Tiger King, like I don't know, Super Lonely. That was all like first round
Oh,
lockdown.
yeah.
I remember all of this. I lived it. My 18th birthday was like the day
Lockdown.
was the day that lockdown
We
was
got knocked
instated.
up.
That's right. You were just about to like be released into the world, and then you get trapped.
I was just about. I
Such
had
a
a plan.
crazy age.
I was going to go out on the lash on my 18th birthday, get absolutely mortally pissed, and then come home and eat as much kebab as I could physically handle. And that never happened. Instead, I sat on my bed crying with a colouring book.
Oh.
It was great. I loved it. It was good fun. Lockdown was just such a weird period for songwriters. There was no gigs or anything, so I was like crying for
Yeah.
at least some kind of social activity. And then I got my job at Asda. And then I left my job at Asda because all of this happened. I worked in customer service, dealing with Karens every day.
No
great.
way.
I loved it. I loved it. It was so good. I was like I was the kind of I was the person that when there wasn't any management or any floor managers, I was there and I was the one that was running things. And I had, mind you, pink clips, pink tumbler, pink lanyard, Hello Kitty jumper underneath my uniform, pink brogues, okay, pink eyeliner. Like I literally looked about 15. Okay, I love it. I like looking like a child, intentionally. And every time somebody would throw a rage fit, they'd call me down, and I'd show up with my pink tumbler, looking like a child. And they were like, I was like, "What's the problem?" And they'd go off on me. They're like,
What's the
"Where's the
problem?
manager?" I'd step back, do a spin, come back, and go, "How can I help you?" They're like, "You can't be in charge. You're like 15." I was like, "No, actually, I'm a legal adult. I'm 19 years old, and I can throw you out. So if you want your shopping, I suggest you should." Like that's. I loved it. I loved it. It was my favorite job. I wish I could go back for a shift. I do miss it. It's just.
yeah.
I love it. The last time I went into that store was not long ago, and I haven't been in there since I left. And I walked in, and some man in a hospital gown with nothing underneath just threw up in his hands and walked away. Yeah,
What the
that's the kind of shop I
fuck?
worked in. Yeah, he just like I was just grabbing beans and doing my shop, and I just see this guy like waltz up to me really like drunkenly. I think he'd just come out of the hospital, and he just went into his hands and then went, "Oh," and then walked away.
No.
All over the beans. Yeah. Not the
the
not the
beans.
beans. Not the beans. No,
I've
it
seen
was
some shit. I like that. That you
Yeah.
like dealing with people
Yeah,
dressed
it's
up
good.
in the Hello Kitty gear.
I love it.
That's comedy.
It's my
I feel
favorite.
like that should
thing.
be one of your videos too. That whole fit.
Yeah. Everything you're saying is just like a
It's-
big movie.
Yeah.
Some I,
So good.
I feel like I'm so boring though. Like I literally I have an undeniable obsession with the US office. I want to be Michael Scott.
Oh.
Like that's I eat a lot of mac and cheese. I watch The Office on the daily, and I write like songs. That's that to
You
me
don't
is
watch
just
the
like
British version.
no, it's awful.
Wow.
Oh my god, I'm actually getting Dwight Schrute tattooed on my knee from Scranton. You know, from the Scranton song.
Yep.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. The beanie, everything. I'm a diehard Office fan.
Wow.
I love
It's
that.
literally the only thing I watch every day. Once I finish the season, I'm like, right, let's go again.
It's the one show you really could
Yeah,
run it
you
back.
could. Yeah.
For
So
me,
long.
it's
We
that
did
The
that in
Office,
COVID.
Always Sunny. are like my favorite two to run back.
Oh, mine is Sex Education. Love
Never
that.
watched that one.
Yeah, we
Oh.
haven't watched that one yet.
Oh my God.
That was
It
good.
is phenomenal. It's so good. It's so good. It's just
Sex
very,
education.
it's very good. Yeah.
No,
So
you're good.
since you are me and I am you, I
Okay.
am 29. You are, I know.
You don't look it. You look like 24,
I feel
23.
16. Thank you so much.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
Botox.
If I don't age like you, I'm going to be very sad. I'm already
You
getting
are me and I
wrinkles.
am you. So you are 20.
Mhm.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Preferably exactly like you. I'm like a newborn puppy to this. So everything that happens is new. I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my
And
God.
you
I can
have to like remember to, because I have to remind myself that like online bullies, like they're just ghosts. They don't exist.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, I
Love
mean,
a
you went
keyboard
through
warrior.
the most serious bullying I've heard in a while, so I
Yeah,
feel
so
like this will
online bullying
be
is probably a
a
joke, too.
cakewalk compared. It's still
They
shitty,
can't hurt
but
you.
It made me who I am.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a lot more mentally strong because of it. Like the only thing that ever really affected me, like I always tried to keep my retaliation down. Like I never let them get to me. And my parents were always like, just don't, like 2 more months after school, 1 more month. The only thing that ever really riled me up was my mum's got diagnosed. She's diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And
man.
she got diagnosed about 3 or 4 years ago. And it's hard to watch your mum deteriorate. Like I think she's the most beautiful human in the world, but she doesn't. And I tell her every day. And so she's really precious to me. And so is my family in general. But somebody made a comment about like, your mum's gonna die soon. Da 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 da. Like, and
Holy fuck.
this was actually one of the twins. And I don't usually, I try to keep my anger very set. Like I'm someone who doesn't like retaliation. I always want to be the bigger person. I will never let anyone get to me. It was the only time I ever went absolutely nuts, and I would never do it again because it was a horrific side of me that I think a lot of friends saw. But it's hard when somebody says that, like you're very close with your family. I'm
Oh, yeah,
inseparable
no.
with my family. I love them. I
I would have
cannot
reacted the same way.
do it. I just like that's my only trigger point. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm saying this on a podcast. It's fine,
Yeah.
but like, that's my only trigger point. I love my family. I'd jump in front of a train for my family. You know, that's the bond. I love them. But that is just my only point. That's the only thing I can't do. Everything else, you know, I can talk about everything that happened for hours because it's something that's awful. Bullying in the UK schools is absolutely horrific. Like I hate it. It's my biggest pet peeve. I've watched, like, I went into my school recently to go and do a concert and seeing the kids that were exactly like me when I was younger. I spotted one girl and immediately went to speak to her because I just knew that she was in the same boat that I was. Like, I talk about it because I want people to understand that it's horrible. Kids are absolutely cruel. Girls
Yeah.
are cruel. Like, especially sometimes girls can be absolutely awful. And so, yeah, it was just like, it's a way to show that I got told my entire life I was never going to make it. And as long as you work hard and you enjoy something enough, you can get there.
Man, you're so cool. I
You're
love
so
that. I
cool,
love that you saw
man.
a girl and you're like, that was me growing up. I'm gonna go talk to her. That's
I knew
that's
exactly.
amazing.
Her body, honestly, her body was just curled in. She was sat here like really uncomfortable. There was a bunch of girls that were whispering and looking at her. And they were talking about her, and she was exactly like me. Literally, curly hair, glasses, massive bag, strap shoes. Definitely an amazing singer. She was incredible. And I just remember sitting next to her and going, like, I gave her one of my throat sweets because she was really worried. And I just started talking to her. And then the girls that were bitching about her kind of came up to me and were like, oh my God, we love you so much. And I was like, it was lovely to meet you guys, but just remember, you need to include everyone. She sat on a chair on her own, and I can clearly see that you're whispering about her. I was that kid. Don't be those girls.
Whoa. What'd they say?
They were just like, oh, right, okay, yeah, no, we'll stop. And they did go to talk to her, but I can't bear to see someone go through that stuff. It's awful. It's like a consistent like frame of just being so paranoid. I remember like every day I dreaded to go to school. I tried to make myself look ill every day so I didn't have to go in. And that is never what I want. I don't want my own kids to have that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to talk about it and just like, this is what happened and this is where I am now because I found the right path. I found what I loved and I went for it. And that's
Have
what I
you
want these
written
kids to do.
songs about it?
Yeah, I wrote there's a song I performed in all of the season this year for the festival. It's called Stranger, and it's about my mental health as a kid. And I went through a lot of body dysmorphia, like I said, and it's about remembering like speaking to myself when I was 16 as someone and the way I am now, and just saying it's okay, like this is how I am now. I found who I am. I do not care what people think about me. I was so terrified to love Hello Kitty as a kid. Like I was like, I need to be cool and have fake eyebrows and and have handbags and dress like a chav. And yeah, I followed suit so much. It was like a reminder to me that I am who I am. I'm not going to apologize for it. And if people don't like me, that's cool. Great. Suck it. But yeah, I had never had any self-confidence. And so that's what it's about. I went through a very hard period of time where, I'll be completely open about this. It does not affect me whatsoever now. But I got sexually assaulted by some lad. And basically, it made me feel so gross and so insecure. And I was immediately bullied because I was quite a big kid. I was quite a chubba wubba. And I immediately got pushed aside for my size. I got told the fat girl would never stand on stage. I'd break the stage if I stood on it, apparently. And yeah, so there's a little message in there. There's like a middle section that I wrote, and it's just saying like, you are allowed to feel okay. You are allowed to feel valid. You're allowed to feel validated through other people. And if I didn't have my family, and especially my brother, I wouldn't have been on this planet anymore. I was so low and so down in my own thoughts that if my brother hadn't have sat with me every day and listened to me, it's the reason why he's coming on. It's my security, because I need him there. He's the person that kept me alive majority of my teenage years. Yeah, it's a difficult period of time, but it's something that I've grown and overcome, and now use as a way to spread awareness about it. Because kids are cruel. Kids can turn other kids into what I can only describe myself as a dribbling mess, and they can overcome it and do something that they want to do for a living. And I went from working in a crappy customer service job with not a penny in my pocket to doing something I've dreamed of since I was a kid, and that's my entire existence this year. Sorry, that was really deep.
Holy
No,
shit.
no, thank you for being
Sorry.
so
Love it.
open.
You are an
Wow.
That was really
anti-bullying
deep, sorry.
superhero. No, you're a superhero.
You're a
and
superhero.
That fired me up, and a lot of people are going to hear that and watch that, and just it's going to change a lot of
Really
people's
think?
perspectives. Absolutely. I mean, it's still a big thing. It's going to be a big thing forever. Bullying, it just exists.
It's awful.
Unfortunately.
I think cyberbullying is the worst it's ever been at the
Yeah.
minute. But if you
It
like,
is.
I think the worst
The
thing I've
hate's really
found,
loud.
it's awful. It's like in the UK, this has happened a lot recently, and I hate it. Is there will be kids that will make an account, let's say the account of the name of the school. So I went to a school called Latimer. They'd use that. They put like the logo of the school, and then they'd do like worst looking girls, girls nudes.
I
This is
couldn't
thing
survive
like
that, dude.
girls that this boy has dated, girls that this, and they out people on TikTok. And I'm so glad. Like this is why I always kind of dim down my bullying a little bit, because mine is not half as bad as cyber now. I could not imagine being at school now and having to deal with TikTok and accounts like that. I'm very thankful that I was in that period of time, because it's awful. Like my friend's got a kid and he's going into school, and all I worry about is the fact that that is a thing.
Yeah.
Like you can slip up and it will be online. That
Ugh.
scares me so much. But TikTok is great for artists coming up in the industry. Sorry, I love it. I do
There
love
are
it.
safe spaces on TikTok, but yeah,
I feel I
think-
do love
think just,
it.
yeah, social media in general. It's really tough to police all of that happens.
Yeah.
It's fucked. These kids are pretty fucking smart
I
too.
know. Oh my god, there's some
They're all
really.
like coders by the age of 12.
I
It's
know. There's
spooky.
some like 13-year-olds that are probably more mature than me, and I'm like, oh Jesus! Like, I'm not surprised they'd be 14
mean,
and have a house
you're-
and a car.
Yeah. You're insanely mature for being 20 years old, like compared to Americans. Like
I don't feel it.
I
you
feel
know?
sick.
we were,
16.
yeah, we're
I feel
still
like I
like I
shouldn't
feel like we're
be
the same
allowed.
age. I'm 30 years old.
Yeah. No, I.
It's
feel
you're a very
Really?
impressive individual. Yes, I'm very impressed by you.
Thank you.
and
I've
I'm
just
proud of
done.
you.
I've just done a lot of pub jobs. I guess I've worked in very dodgy jobs, and
Yeah, dealing with a lot of people.
yeah, I think the day I started maturing was the day I started working in a pub. Like I was doing long shifts with no break. Like you weren't allowed to sit down, you weren't allowed to eat on shift. And I just remember like dealing with all these really drunk guys. And I gained a lot of self-respect and a lot of strength from that. Like I remember starting that job and being so insecure and not being able to tell anyone off. By the end of it, I was like, get out the bar. Like I
How
love
old were
that.
you?
I was 16 when I joined that job. And then I was doing it through college. And it got to a point where I just felt like I could deal with anything. Like I think I cleared up more sick than a mother with a newborn. Genuinely, it was awful. I can tell you the worst
You
thing that ever
cleared out
happened.
more sick.
I mean, I
What?
can tell you the worst thing that ever happened,
Throw
but it
up,
might
maybe.
gross all three of you out
Throw
really
up?
badly at a pub. My biggest moment and my favorite moment was this is the day I matured. There was a guy who walked into the pub. proper Chad, covered in tattoos, very Chadish. Bought a pint of Stella, chugged the pint of Stella, went into the toilets, served everyone. 20 minutes later, he comes out, and the smell hit me like a wet slap. He'd basically pooped his pants, taken off his boxers, laid them on the side of the toilet, then grabbed his own caca like a poop crayon and Picassoed all over the walls, the sink, the door, the floor. And I just remember looking in the supply cupboard, and there was a scrubbing brush, a bucket of water, a pair of gloves, and some hand soap. I was like, oh, goody. And that's what it got cleaned with.
That
The
was your gig
smell-
for that day. You had to clean
smell
this
was
guy's
rancid.
poop piece.
Well, one of the other staff members also, like, he chipped in as well because he had a lot more balls than I did as well. But it was just like one of those moments where you're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Why did this
It
guy?
was
Why did this happen?
grim.
Was this a psychopath?
Well, I
What is
guess
this
it
move?
might have been because he chugged the
It's an
pint of Stella.
alcoholic thing.
It is like
On
it was
Nantucket,
awful.
someone did that. Remember, bro? Pooped all
Picasso.
over the walls.
He just pooped his pants.
no, he
and
pooped
made a
on
me-
the walls.
He didn't make Picasso art. He didn't spread it all
Honestly,
over the walls.
How to get on the wall?
It was like picking up a brown Crayola crayon. It was mad. It's like, all
Look
over
at
the
you
wall.
now.
I know.
You've really earned your fucking place here. You've been
Thank
through it all, and
I love it. I've been a teacher. I've been a bartender, waitress. I was a vocal coach for a while. I worked with kids. I did loads, and now
The
I did
fuck?
How
every
many
job I
lives
could.
have you had?
Yeah.
I did a load of jobs. I tried to find as many like jobs that I just enjoyed, and I did teach kids for a while. I loved it. It was one of my favorite things. I went through a lot of jobs, but to make money and try and pass the time, I didn't have a penny in my bank account. I was getting paid like £200 a month to teach kids. Yeah, it was bad. Like even now with everything, I don't wear I don't buy designer stuff. Like I don't feel the need for it. I'm someone like when I got my label advance, the first thing I did was got myself a place with my boyfriend because he was living in a bedsit and getting his stuff nicked most nights. I got myself a new phone. I gave my dad I looked after my parents and my dad took them out for dinner. The best day of my life was the day I bought my dad dinner and paid for it with my own card. That was the best day of my life. That repaying him was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
And I just don't see the need for it. I'm just enjoying my life. I got my own house. I got some cats. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. I'm pretty happy right now with my job and what I'm doing. And I have a house. That's the best thing. I can live on my
Ugh,
own. I love
so
it.
sick.
know.
Well, you're gonna have the best career ever, and you've only just begun, and it's so cool to know you now. And I'm so honored that I can say I have a song with you. I feel like it's so.
It's the other way around.
It's
It's the other way around. I'm working with what I can only describe as a legend. You are Meghan Trainor. You are mother. This is the thing. You are mother. This is what everyone says. The moment I mention Meghan Trainor, they all go, "She is mother.
She is mother.
She is mother." Yeah, you are. You are like the ideal parent.
But,
I'm just saying that. You
we
are amazing
here
parents.
for you whenever you need LA family. We
I
are
love it.
here.
I love it.
Whenever you come to town, please hang out with us and chill with us.
I will.
And my boy Riley should be up now, and we should go hang out with him.
Yeah, it's time to hang with
It's
Riley.
time to
I
hang.
love it. I love it. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much
So
for
thank
doing
you
this.
for your
man.
time.
Thank you.
Thank
I've
you for your
loved it.
stories. Thank you for your honesty.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I talk
Um,
too much. Next time, tell me to shut up.
No, no,
No.
no. This is great.
That was the best.
That was exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
Was
A
you
lot
to
of
just
people don't
pop
talk.
off? Yeah, you.
Really?
We didn't
Yeah.
have to drag anything out of you. You killed
Yeah.
it. That was awesome.
I feel like I'm so over honest sometimes.
No, I am
No, no.
too,
Let's
but
just
it's
overshare.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm an overshare for sure. My vagina's broken. We were going to talk about it, but
This
we'll
is-
talk about it next week on the pod. I have pelvic floor dysfunction. I don't know.
Yeah.
My pelvic floor is broken.
Mae Stevens on all socials.
Mae
Yes, Mae
Stevens.
Stevens _ Love it. It's a weird spelling of May, MAE. But yes, I am on all social media. Yeah, and I have a song that might give you an earworm. I'm very sorry for that. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we love you.
Thank you guys for listening and
Thank
watching.
you.